Congressman Ryan Costello. Congressman, it's good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Thanks very much for coming in tonight. You are in a suburban Philadelphia district. Do you think that assault weapons should be banned? How far should this go?
Yeah, it's a good question. If you saw Congressman Brian Mast put out an op-ed this weekend, which I think was right on point, laying out the principles of it.
So you support an assault weapons ban?
Well, and if you look in that editorial, he said, what's the definition of it? And so I think you have to have a working definition that we all can agree to. I think the real problem right now with this debate is you have people very passionate saying the same words meaning different things. If we start, look, the Toomey Manchin bill should pass. That should be done. Bump stock should be done. We need to do the fixed NICS bill. I think that there's a group of things that everyone can agree to, and then we move into this discussion and hopefully develop a vocabulary that everyone can wrap their arms around.
Yeah, so let's kind of explore this a little bit more. You're essentially saying that if it's crafted correctly, you could support a certain type of assault weapons ban. Yeah,
I mean, if you look at what Congressman Mast laid out, you're talking about the type, how quickly the bullets come out, what types of bullets are used. Those are the sorts of things where I think we need to lay all of the facts on the table so that we are all using the same definition, which I think was the point of his editorial. He also went and laid out about 4 or 5 other things that I think that we need to get done. The leadership, the House Republican leadership, has essentially paired, in this case, it was the fixed NICS bill that you just referenced. So yeah,
much different from the assault weapons ban. But they paired that with concealed carry reciprocity, which essentially means that if you have a concealed carry, if you have a concealed weapons permit in one state, it has to be recognized by other states.
Right.
Do you think leadership, do you think that's the right thing to do to force people to connect those things?
I voted against the concealed carry reciprocity bill because I don't think in one state, in a state that has less of a background check system or a permitting system in order to get a concealed carry, you shouldn't be able to go from West Virginia into Pennsylvania if you don't have to do in West Virginia what you would have to do to get a concealed carry in Pennsylvania. So I voted against it. Having said all that, the fixed NICS I think everyone can agree to. I think moving forward, I hope that leadership would take up what can pass. I mean, we get into the challenging space here where your last panel was speaking about why Toomey Manchin couldn't pass the Senate. If we're going to get something done, and here's the big frustration with the American people. I think there are those that may not be totally engaged in the vocabulary of the gun debate that say, I understand that this bill would not have prevented that tragedy that just happened, but this bill is common sense. So your inability to do even the common sense stuff really frustrates me, and I'm asking myself, why don't you do the stuff that should get done regardless of
easy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I think most of the country is. I think 70 or 80% of the country has a common sense gun safety reform set of principles that we could easily put into action, and that's where I am on the